America 3017. The ultra-conservative Manifest Party controls the government. And the government controls everything. Nevertheless, we persist. We resist. We step out of line and we unfollow.
In this world of ours, there's no need for technology, no need for weapons. All a man has to rely on is the strength in their own arm. And if someone tries to take my hands from me, they'll have to rip it from my cold, dead hands. This is Unfollow the Revolution. I am your intrepid host, Jack, standing up for the little guy and fighting the good fight. Accompanied, as always, are my co-host.
I am so tired, and it's not because of the 2 jobs that I have and all the work.
Yeah.
I guess it's 3, really. If internship counts as a job.
Oh yeah, it's work experience, yeah.
It's because I can't get out of this Nicolas Cage legacy.
What do you mean? What's wrong, buddy?
Not only is it the crushing debt, but I was dicking around on Tag's computer, and I saw a movie called Trespass, and well, Kyle Miller is kidnapped and held for ransom. So I'm just gonna make something up. Something.
Okay.
There's no way that he. Yeah. It's not even gonna be a real name. How about man in a red sports car? 813121.
Man in a red sports car, 813121.
Yep.
That's somehow you've simplified it, and it's still a lot of syllables. Can I just call you Red? No doing. All right. Man in a red car, 813121.
Sports car.
Man in a red sports car, 813121. And of course, we are accompanied by our good friend.
Hostage. You mispronounced the word hostage again.
All right.
This is Tag Yolo Thompson being held against my will for. I'm going to count it in months now. It's a month and a half. A month and a half that I've been chained to this chair and forced to do interviews and guest spots on an illegal radio show against the government I love.
You know, I'm picking up a little bit of saltiness.
I'm just saying, I think I am the little guy. I feel like a little guy, and I don't feel like you're helping me out right now.
Well, I feel... Honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. I've been feeling a little bad. I feel like maybe I've not been giving you the full experience, So Tag, I want you to think real quick. What's something you've always wanted, huh?
I've been asking for a 5th bucket because the bucket system is getting pretty unwieldy now. Like I feel like you just stopped emptying the buckets.
That's to test your faith. But anything else you want?
I could take you on a walk, maybe.
I'd love to go on a walk. I think my legs have atrophied to the point I'm not sure I could stand, but I mean...
I'll drag you.
I don't know. See, now I did a little bit of, Man in Red Sports Car 813121 over here. I did a little bit of dicking around on your computer earlier in the week, and I found a little thing called your search history.
Okay.
Found a lot of blogs and a lot of image boards and all that, and I think I found something that's going to cheer you up a little bit. So I want you to, when you're ready...
I'm a little scared right now.
Man in a red sports car. All right, get ready to take off his blindfold in just a minute. Introducing our guest for this episode, pop idol Swaggy Toots.
Hi, everybody. Hi. Are you the sick kid?
Yeah, he's real bad.
Yeah, he looks terrible.
Yeah, he can't even walk. He's covered in his own feces. Look at him.
Yeah.
I've been dreaming of meeting Swaggy Toots I've been a swag rag for since I was a kid, right?
Oh.
I was in the swag rag fan club. I was on the message boards of swagwag 6172.
Yeah, the swag wagon sticker I saw it outside. Thank you.
Well, like I said, see, this is my way of making up to you a little bit. Swaggy, we're going to get a little bit more into your career, what all you got coming up. Going to be really exciting, I'm sure. But usually, to start off the show, we have a little bit of our breaking news segment, stuff that's going on in America this week. Just a quick reminder for everybody, just a heads up to all you folks out west. Tornado season is coming up in a few months, and according to Manifest experts, it's going to be a doozy. Now, same as every year, the states within the spin zone are going to be infected in order of the most productive state. As we all know, the most productive state for America will get no tornadoes. The least productive will get the most. So there's real incentive to go out there and do your best. They're all graded, of course, on the rubric of most grain produced, lowest crime rate, and of course, my favorite, sex appeal. Bets are already going out for what state's going to get hurt the worst. My money is on Iowa. It's been hit for the past 10 years in a row, and it just seems like it's really hard to bounce back once you're constantly hit by tornadoes all the time.
It's an underdog this year, but I'm pulling for New Jersey.
Really?
Yeah, I think they're due.
Yeah?
Yeah, I feel like it.
Well, yeah, I don't... I guess I can see where you're coming from, maybe a little bit. I don't think they have a chance in hell, though. Man in Red Sports Car 813121. How about you?
Well, I think it'd be great to see California get hit. Fire tornadoes would be really something to see.
Ooh, I don't know. I mean, that would be a nice visual, but...
Yeah, it's all about... I mean, I'm not in California, so I'm about the show.
All about the razzle-dazzle, all about the show.
You know it.
Speaking of the show, what do you think? Who's going to get hit?
Probably Hawaii. I just feel like they're very smug.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They do seem kind of uppity, right?
Right? Like, I don't think it's that great. I've been there many times on tour, and just kind of gross.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'd imagine, like, what... They don't even have, like, food over there, really. It's just, whatever's on a tree?
It's like 4 pineapples.
Ugh. Disgusting. Personally, if we're getting away from the whole betting and money, which daddy gotta eat, if it wasn't for that, I would just say, just evenly distribute the tornadoes. I think it's the only fair way.
What? No, there's no incentive. Look, if everyone gets just a few tornadoes, then there's no incentive to compete. You can't just... Why would any state work hard without the threat of imminent tornadoes?
Maybe just the satisfaction of being able to weather their own tornado. You know,
You are
about
so naive.
The sweat on their own brow.
You are so what? Okay, I want to live in whatever Care Bear utopia you're imagining, because the real world, unless you motivate people with fear and threat of violence, they're not going to do anything.
I don't need the real world. I have a little thing called the dream.
Please don't sing the song again.
I believe.
No.
Cross the land.
God damn it.
Gonna be a change. Every day, man and woman standing upon the range of this nation.
I'm at the end.
Does bring tears to my eyes too. I love it.
I'm definitely crying.
Yeah? I picked it. I'm no singer. I try, but you know.
I wouldn't again. I wouldn't if I were you.
I guess compared to you, no one is a singer, really.
Thanks.
No one does it like you, Swaggy. I gotta say, you know, for a manifest stooge, I gotta say, I love your spunk. Your
thank you.
stage presence is fantastic. Why don't you give us a little bit of a background on yourself, you know, for the fans out there who may not have heard of you.
Well, I, of course, grew up on a television program to get myself ready to sing. It was on the post-apocalyptic Disney Channel. It was the first one to feature an all-mutant cast, but I would just get brought in every now and then to just kind of liven things up, make it less sad.
Yeah, it got really depressing.
Yeah.
When non-Swaggy episodes were pretty tear-festy.
Yeah. But then after that, I had my first big single, which is actually Care Bear Utopia, because I, of course, understand that the real world is a harsh place.
It is.
And some people just kind of need music to get them moving and also to, motivate them to understand that the manifest is the way.
Well, that's certainly an interesting point of view. I'm, trying to be as...
It is so refreshing to have a guest who understands the way the world works.
Well, right. I mean, they take care of everything.
They do.
Why would I ever go against that? That would be stupid.
It would be stupid and dangerous.
Yeah.
Not just for you, but everyone you care about.
I know. I mean, luckily, I don't really care about other people. Just my fans.
Yeah, you're a real champion of the people over there. Always making them smile and all that. What kind of high rise are you living in now?
The highest.
Oh, the highest.
Yeah, the top. It's actually 300,000 square feet. It actually has like a helicopter pad on it. It's pretty amazing.
Can someone kind of break that down for me? How, in terms of the box that the Puppet Masters gave me, how big are we talking? How many boxes is 300,000?
Oh, geez, that's
All of the boxes?
I mean, that's honestly a mathematically fair assessment.
Yeah, all of them.
Probably. I mean, it rounds up to all of them. It's like just under all of them, but it rounds up
I'm
to
on
all
top
of
of
them.
all of them. I live on top of them.
Oh, your sky rise is built on top of box apartments?
Yeah, the little squares, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not very sound, but it's pretty fun.
So it's almost like you're just sitting on a throne of the little guy, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, all right.
You hear the wailing and the crying, but then all you have to do is sign a couple of autographs and hug a couple of kids, and they're fine.
So it's like a little bit like living with Tag. You know, he's
you gotta hold his hand a little bit every once in a while.
We hear a lot of the crying and the whining.
Hear about the fifth bucket. Do you have buckets? Do you have buckets on the high rise?
I'm not familiar with this bucket system you were talking about, but it sounds fascinating.
You guys are really embarrassing me in front of Swaggy. Come on, don't make.
okay,
Come
all
on,
right,
please.
You're turning a little red.
I know.
Red.
It is impressive that you filled up all of the buckets.
And I don't think it's the blood this time either.
Yeah. Down here, we don't keep a lot of. We don't have a television yet or anything. I'm working on that. Gotta get ready for Natalie on the attack. That's gonna be a big thing.
I meant to slip this in the news section, but so at the Puppet Master's house, I found in their trash can.
What?
Yes, a television.
Oh
They had
my
thrown it
God.
out because it had gotten dust on the screen. So I mean, Ransom said it was trash, so I definitely dig through their trash all the time.
This is gonna be fun in a few weeks.
So we have it. Listen,
so we do have
okay,
a television now.
Jack, I guess you didn't know this. Swaggy and Natalie actually have like a big feud as the two biggest female child
sorry about
stars
that.
of their
No,
day.
it's fine. My PR person told me this might be kind of below me, but you know what? It's still important for me to find every platform, for the fans.
Speaking of PR person, wait, you're here because I'm a sick kid.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was about to ask,
Right?
and you know what? Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
You look
I'm
awful. I mean,
definitely,
like, what do you have?
Oh, definitely a vitamin deficiency at this point. My legs are atrophying. I've got probably internal bleeding, some cracked ribs.
No one knows the real
bruises everywhere.
That's mysterious.
Yeah, it's
crazy. It's crazy.
I can't even get a doctor in here to look at me.
Well, times being what they are, you know?
Right. Yeah.
What I was trying to get to was, unfortunately, we didn't have a television around the time of President Chaz's inauguration, and we understand you actually performed for it. What was that like?
It was amazing. Everybody saluted together, and they were chanting, and they were screaming, "Swaggy, look at me!" And I got to hug President Chaz, and it was amazing.
Wow.
Oh, is he as soft as he looks? Because he looks soft.
Like a baby's bottom.
Oh, wow.
Now, I had heard it had started to rain there, and President Chaz actually parted the clouds so that
With the wave of his hands.
that really happened.
It did. And it was the biggest inauguration you'd ever seen.
Yeah, it was originally only attended by 30 people, but then President Chaz turned those 30 people into the biggest crowd ever.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about that as well.
Swaggy, as someone who was there, this is actually kind of a point of contention between Jack and I. Jack's one of these crazy conspiracy theorists who thinks there was an assassination attempt on Chaz
Crazy
at his
strong.
inauguration.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, and we're trying to tell him again and again. Those people were firing congratulatory bullets, right?
How else do you celebrate New Year's?
Exactly.
Bang, 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 bang into the sky.
Well,
right?
I mean, yeah,
Right.
true. Like you said, usually into the sky, but a lot of those looked kind of a little horizontally to me.
People can do
just-
whatever they want to express themselves.
That's
within
true, as
reason.
long as they're holding a gun.
That's true.
Yeah.
Second Amendment.
Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah, I was about to say, this is an eyewitness, and I think,
True. I mean, I guess we have to rely on the word of someone who has been clothed and fed by the manifest their entire life, and
My entire career.
Your entire career,
Thank
of
you.
course. You had to be a baby sometime, right? When was that? How are you getting there? How's that?
What?
I mean, you've been around for as long as I know. By God, I'm
This
glad
is
to
a good
have
point.
you.
I've never known your backstory. You just kind of showed up on TV one day.
It's true. Well, I'm the commensurate professional, but you know what? This is just more about me trying to give my time to a sick, disgusting, pathetic, dying man-child.
Do we want to say pathetic? Do we want to say man-child?
Well, I
I'd be
was
fine
told to be
with
a
that,
kid,
yeah.
and so
Oh yeah, I mean, no, I have that disease where I look like an adult even though I'm only 12.
the thing that Robin Williams had in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got that Jack disease. Yeah, you squint, he's either 12 or he's like 52.
Oh yeah, you
It's a
got
thing,
jacked.
yeah.
Jack, I'm like 35. What the?
You're sick, roll with it.
Okay.
All right.
So is there like medicine you have to take every hour,
Oh,
minute?
there probably is medicine
Okay.
I need to be taking. I am not getting it.
He's fed on a very, very good, very vitamin-rich, very nutrient-rich diet of cage jerky. And that's everything a growing man boy needs.
Is it the lemon pepper or the teriyaki?
We've been working with like a teriyaki sort of blend. We've been making it ourselves.
Oh.
Yeah, it's very artisanal. It's very good. We've been doing kind of a teriyaki thing. We've got a hookup on some cannabis that has kind of a lemony, urine-y flavor to it.
Mostly
go
urine.
either way,
It
yeah.
was more urine than lemon. I
So
gotta
we're
be
gonna
honest.
try and adapt that a little bit into a kind of a lemon pepper. So there's a lot of options when you have cage meat.
Can I make a recommendation?
Absolutely.
Korean barbecue is an amazing flavor. I think you should do like a Korean barbecue flavored.
Like a Korean barbecue. Okay, yeah. We'll head on down to the Koreatown, find some of those folk, and just bake that up real good. That'll work. What does that even mean? What is Korea?
Korea?
Yeah, I don't even know what the hell that is.
I assumed it's like from the core of the earth, maybe.
That's probably it.
Korea?
Very earthy. Very
Yeah.
earthy.
It's mind.
Oh, okay,
okay.
right.
Yeah,
That's
so you
it.
have like
Mind
a
of the
real
food,
like
yeah.
umami flavor.
Oh yeah. Just bite in, ooh, mame. I love it. It's so good.
And you actually usually I've seen it served in a bucket, so you might really enjoy the food if it comes in a bucket.
Don't make the mistake of thinking I prefer the buckets. It's just what I have.
But he has so many of them.
You seem to be
4 is not.
You have 4 buckets. Man in a red sports car has 1 box. I mean, I'm just saying. You do the math, and you have 300,000 square feet. And I'm sure you love those square feet.
Oh, it's glorious.
Fantastic. Tag. Tag over here, actually. This might be a little bit of a treat for you. Now, I know some high-ranking Manifest officials kind of can do just whatever the hell they want. But Tag over here actually used to work as an art sanitation worker, and so he has access to something called the Vault. Tag, why don't you tell old Swaggy about
Young Swaggy.
Yeah, so the vault. So I was a very important person in the manifest. Still am a very important person in the
Funny, 'cause
manifest.
I've never heard of.
You know, it's secretive what I do. It's very
so
hush
crazy,
hush
you
kind
never
of thing.
heard of
So I watch movies from the old America before the manifest made everything better. And my job is basically to sanitize those, figure out what is appropriate for people to watch today, and what isn't appropriate. I flag. And I throw it into the vault where no one can see it. And
That sounds terribly boring. I'm sorry you had such a pencil pushing job.
there was no pin. It was very artistic and creative, like what you do.
You just look at something and then throw it in a vault. That's what I got.
No, I have to evaluate it. I went to school to learn
You
how
went to school for that?
Yeah, I took
Aw,
a
you
degrees.
are sad.
That's just kind of what I want.
I was gonna say we should jump in and help him, but no. Just
No,
Okay.
that's great. He's mean as hell. I don't hang.
I mean, yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe it is stupid, and we just never mind.
Well,
We just shouldn't do
it's
anything.
easy.
I don't- yeah,
And it's sad.
Oh,
But you
come
seem
on.
to have liked it. I mean, it's like
I did.
It's like an emotional bucket for you.
Oh God.
Yeah, the vault is like Tag's emotional bucket. You know what? Maybe he should share this bucket
true.
with us.
Yeah.
just that
Yeah, let's do. Yeah.
The more I think about it, it's like my entire life before I got here. It's like it was just a series of my own buckets of my own creation, my career bucket, and my home life bucket, and my personal life bucket, and my family life bucket.
So is that right? You
Tag.
really like buckets.
Yeah, you really like the buckets, and now
That's so great.
Tag, you have a Swaggy Toots bucket.
Hi.
You know what you can fill that Swaggy Toots bucket with? Maybe some vault stuff.
Okay,
What do you got for
let's.
us? What do we got?
God, I don't have any. What could possibly appropriate for Swaggy Toots? Okay, no. Okay, here's one that it is Swaggy. I don't want to show you something that'll offend you, because I mean these were banned for a reason. Some of them are really, really offensive. This is one I didn't ban because it was offensive. It just kind of boring. So yeah, but maybe you'll like it. Maybe you'll find something. It's, you could look at it as very artsy, very slice of life kind of thing.
Okay, like lots of colors and
There are
costumes.
yes,
and
colors and costumes.
lights.
And there are lights. There are lights throughout this movie.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
I like that.
You look
Okay.
razzle dazzle.
Yeah, so this is sort of a, I mean, I think slice of life is probably the best way to describe it. But I think it shows how life even before the manifest wasn't that different. Because I think a lot of these movies, it's some of the world looks almost unrecognizable.
Okay, Tag.
Alright.
I think Swaggy Toots is getting a little sleepy. You might
Oh,
wanna
sorry.
move it
Right.
along.
Yeah.
Getting
Enough
boring.
of a prologue here. Let's watch The Hunger Games.
The Hunger Games.
Yeah, I think
I did not have
you're gonna
lunch.
like it. Oh,
Well, we've got some cage. We're
yeah.
trying out.
Okay,
we'll
great.
try some lemon
And
pepper.
I will try some.
and actually the
Got that.
only time they feed me is when I show them a movie from the vault. So
There you go.
Bon appetit.
You like rum and brown water?
Who doesn't?
Intimacy, trust, complete openness, manifest. All of these are required for a loving, successful relationship. Here at Uncovered, we focus on enriching your experience with your loved ones by ensuring complete cleansing of your bodies and total openness of your minds. If you feel you've lost trust with your significant other, we're the place for you. We have wonderful couples therapy spa packages you and your hubby can explore, like waterboarding, electric shock, and branding. There will never be a secret between you and your lover ever again. Uncovered, because love has no secrets.
okay, guys. So that was Hunger Games. Oh, did you fell asleep, didn't you?
No. Yes.
Well, you know,
Just for a couple parts. Just a couple parts.
Well, you know, being a superstar is, I'm sure, very tiring work.
Yeah.
You got a
You know-
power nap,
Yeah,
right?
I've had no cocaine since I've been here, so you cannot expect me to
Oh my
be
God, I'm so
on
sorry.
it.
I'm being a terrible
Did you
host. I'm
not
so
offer
sorry.
our guest cocaine?
I forgot.
Jack, you are ruining this for me.
It was Swaggy too. Oh God.
I just figured you're just not used to having a superstar around.
No. I have the good cocaine. Don't
Okay,
worry.
as long
I'm
as
gonna be
it's-
right back. All right.
In the meantime, why don't you tell Swaggy about some of your favorite songs
Yeah.
of hers?
Oh God. I mean, I've written you so many fan mail over the year. It's jeez, and I'm really really nervous right now that I'm meeting you in person. So I love your song, My Manifest Boyfriend. I thought was so good.
I wrote that about a guy that I met. He was a high-ranking officer in the Manifest, and he showed me the time of my life, and it was amazing.
And then he was executed for treason, and it's that third verse I thought was it was touching and romantic, but fun. It made it fun.
You know, they really thought that me admitting that I, pushed someone else that back on me was like too dark.
No, it was honest. It was like I was
you.
reading your murder diary.
And I have one.
Oh my God.
That's awesome.
I feel like we're really connecting.
You're nailing it. Keep
All right. Sorry, guys. Here we go. Here's the mirror.
Thank you.
Would you prefer to snort that with one of Tag's credit cards or with one of Tag's $100 bills?
I don't trust either of those things. I always bring my own. Thank
That's smart.
you.
That's smart.
Thank you.
Okay. Didn't want to use your money, Tag.
Okay.
There's that bubbling personality we all remember. All right.
So, Tag, why did you show us this movie?
Honestly, because I panicked and I got really nervous with Swaggy here, and I just picked the first thing that isn't treasonous. Yeah, this movie. I mean, I don't even know why they made it. It's one of those things of like, why was the story interesting? We all went to high school with that one girl who tried to sacrifice herself so one of her family members wouldn't get chosen for a murderous government-run gladiator-styled tournament.
I know the girl in my class, Amanda. I will never forget Amanda Willoughby. And she thought that just because she's like, oh, I'll go, I'll enlist. We're like, we get it.
In my school, it was Jane Sanderson, and just what in the tinge.
I remember it was Frida Giannetti. That was mine. And she just got up one day, said, I'm doing it, and just grabbed a knife and just ran.
Oh.
We don't even know what she was doing. Like, there was nothing going on. She just volunteered.
Wasn't even trying to save a family member, just wanted the attention.
She was just ready to go. Frida was a real drama queen.
God,
It was UX8 for us. He stood up and but it didn't matter because we all have to participate anyway. Turns out it was just a ploy while him and the rest of his sort of gang, if you will, started backstabbing other Nicolas Cages that were like, wow, that was really noble.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
UX8 really was. Man, he was really top tier.
He was.
That was some good thinking right there.
Wow.
Man in the red sports car. Once again, your attempts to relate to us have fallen short.
I mean, you're getting there.
It was a good try. It was a good try.
Start, yeah.
Well, this whole movie to me was offensive. It's
offensive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. It glorifies this sort of game that they have. Have you guys ever participated in anything gladiatorial like that?
I mean,
As a spectator, of course. Okay. I mean, it's like, what are you going to do on a Thursday?
And I mean, I went to a manifest school, so yeah, we had gym.
Yeah.
How are you going to get your, people need to train.
Yeah. I mean, the president's fitness test killed like most of my friends, honestly.
But not enough people. There are too many weak people out there.
True. I mean, I don't really see why this is offensive. I mean, the game that's presented here, I actually really respect. I appreciate this. I mean, it doesn't matter where you come from, doesn't matter, how much money you had growing up or anything. When you're in the battlefield, you're all equal and you can all equally die. It's all about just what the individual can do to survive.
Right, as long as those individuals are chosen from the lowest class of society.
Exactly, the ones that deserve to die.
I don't know if you know what equal means. Like, if one person walks out of that, and that means that person was better than everyone else.
That's true.
But no one started off with the automatic weapons or anything like that.
Oh.
Now, if you go into a game, nowadays, you do that.
There's so much corporate sponsorship.
That's the thing. A lot of times the people
true.
going up for food are going up against, manifest soldiers that
the money is ruining
weapons.
the game. I think it was better before they paid the athletes.
Yeah, it's more fun before that.
It was about the love of the game and a desperate need to survive.
It was more physical. Mm-hmm. And it was just more surprising, more twists and turns.
Yeah, there's a lot more heart in it.
I think I'm a little disappointed in the competition if people didn't start with a machine gun, because Nicolas Cages would smuggle dynamite up their ass, and that's how they would begin the game. They would talk.
Was it lit already?
Well, yes, it was. Yeah, it's a perfect timing thing, and if it goes wrong, you're gonna get turned into some cage jerky real quick. But if you time it perfect, you throw it right in the middle where all the weapons are. Boom. Everybody rushes right to it, and they're gone.
I still feel like, I don't know, especially in this one, I like that it's a good it preaches recycling, and I do appreciate that. When one of the people dies, you turn him into a werewolf, and then they go find the other competitors.
Very innovative.
That's good. That you're using the whole part of the competitor, and I respect that. I'm a bit of a conservationist myself. I try and use every part of the cage that I captured for jerky purposes.
I just like a lot of the capital people, really.
Not you.
Wait, there's another cage?
No, there were. Don't worry. Don't worry about it.
I'm just...
Look, all right.
Because capture is the thing that we did. All right. Capture is the thing that we did to tag.
All right, well, this is...
I know I was captured. You don't have to...
So, this is...
What is happening?
This is an episode for tag, and we have Swaggy over here, so we're gonna pretend this episode that we're gonna go by manifest rules, which is... Don't ever ask questions and just accept it.
Yeah, actually, guys, Swaggy has a rule in her writer. You can't go more than 5 minutes without talking about her.
Thank
I'm
you.
so
I'm going to
sorry.
say I'm getting very bored by this confusion.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Swaggy.
I want to talk about how great the capital people looked in this movie. They're the only ones with style. None of the people that were competing in this really had that much style.
Well, yeah, the people competing, they're the low people, like the
But
little
they could have put a
people.
little more effort effort into it. They had like the one scene where they're all parading around, and I could have watched that for a whole movie.
I actually could have appreciated a lot more coverage just of the actual thing. I didn't necessarily need to see the people actually in it. I would have loved to have seen more of the commentators just debating how they're looking out there, you know?
Yes.
Yeah,
Judging
actually-
people based on how they look is better than most sports.
Yeah?
Yes.
The commentator, that's a really good point. It was weird watching this kind of competition without an instant replay and without the commentators and without all the commercial interruptions. I had a hard time following it, honestly, without that.
I feel like the way they set up the game would be kind of hard to watch without it.
right?
I mean, all you have is the fireworks system.
Like, I didn't see a single camera implanted in anyone's retina.
Yeah.
Like, what?
I mean,
Well, keep it. This is pre-manifest, so
Yeah,
their
it's-
technology wasn't very good.
it's a little antiquated. It's a little old-fashioned. I don't know. I still respected that. And PETA. PETA was a smart egg. I liked him. It's not enough just to be the strongest out there, even though, you know, I obviously would be if I were to do that. I would destroy everyone. But it's all about capturing the hearts and minds of the people and getting them on your side.
Well, yeah, I think that's a good point. Swaggy, what did you do? How did you really? Because I feel like you have some connection with PETA. How do you capture the hearts and minds of anyone that sees you perform?
Well, I think it's just being true to yourself. Like, he was obviously very kind of feminine, and, you know, he was painting himself, and he was never going to be a strong competitor.
Oh, yeah. He was a wiener like Tag. Yeah.
He was a wiener.
Yeah.
And so, but he was true to himself because he's a wiener. He just decided to stay that way, you know? And I don't know why the girl really fell in love with him, honestly. I felt like the other boy was obviously a better choice.
I feel like PETA had some redeeming qualities. I think he's a
Sure.
perfectly appropriate choice for a love interest.
Yeah, he's
you know?
definitely,
I think he's
like, a backup.
definitely the kind of guy that a girl could fall in love with. I feel like.
Swaggy, what do you look for in a man?
Oh, prestige, status, money, height, like a really scary stare.
Oh,
You know,
okay,
like,
okay.
I like intensity and mystery.
Okay, all right. So you like, you know, the person who's just they're not gonna wait for the world to reward them. They're not just gonna take the quiet job and, you know, keep their head down. They're just gonna go out there and charge through and just take what they need, right?
Yeah. That's pretty interesting. Try the stare. Try the stare.
Yeah, okay.
Give her a good stare.
I think his bucket's overflowing. He looks very uncomfortable right now.
I'm sorry.
Are your buckets
I'm just
full?
no. I'm just staring the way I do sometimes. A scary stare.
Yeah, the very intense stare that he does.
I've seen
It's-
it when we
it's-
get the wrench out.
Right,
You try
I
to
do
intimidate
stare.
us, and sometimes
And when I'm not sitting down and I'm very tall and I'm looking down on people.
You used to be tall?
Oh yeah.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, the disease definitely took some of the.
That happened to my
height.
grandma. She got a
Started
lot
shrinking,
smaller.
Yep.
Oh, Tag, you're like her grandmother.
Yeah, you remind me a lot of my grandma.
Yeah.
You know, she was confined to a chair. She used to be a lot taller. And you know what? She used to stare at me too, but mostly it was the glaucoma. You know, very cloudy eyes. But it's, you know, I made her feel good too. And that's why I'm glad that I'm here. Because obviously you've been in some pretty
is that the
bad
grandma
places.
you wrote Euthanize My Love
Yeah.
about? Oh my God.
I
It was so. The way you rhymed euthanize and in your eyes, I thought was just.
Exactly.
It takes my breath away. The way you took her breath away.
It really was more, yeah. I won't get technical. It's probably over your head.
Probably is. Well, you know, I feel like, you know, this has kind of brought all of us a little closer together. I mean, you had some fun, you know, power naps aside. Did you enjoy yourself?
You know, this was very different than what I usually do, but I did. I had a nice time.
Okay, fantastic. Well,
So, normally, when you visit the sick kid, you do the photo opportunity. So, Jack, can you get the camera out, and we can do sort of a kind of. You can just hug the kid.
Why, you know,
and
I'll just give you
kinda-
a signed photo. I
I just like we just Can't get a photo.
Okay. Well, I can't look at your sad face and say no.
All right, I already got the camera.
I would hold
out.
your nose when you get close.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to agree with him on
just
that.
gonna
It's definitely just
frame
deep
that
breath
up a
before you
Okay.
walk in.
All right, don't do that. Don't.
Just try to get closer. This is yeah.
Go.
And perfect.
Thank you.
Wait, Jack, Tag wasn't even in that.
What's that? Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Well, I got the. I already got the camera out. Swag, you mind taking a selfie with me?
Oh, sure. That's no problem. That's no problem.
Oh, that's good.
Ooh, can I get one too? Can you get one?
Yeah. Do you have that car here?
Yeah,
Okay, why
absolutely.
don't we take a picture in the car?
Well, the
We'll get one of those.
well,
later.
I've got my van.
Yeah, we can do that.
We can all
Wait, did you guys bring the swag wagon here? Is the swag wagon outside?
Yeah, I saw when we came in.
You saw a station wagon with
The
Swaggy
bumper
on.
sticker swag wagon on it. Yes.
Oh yeah.
You guys brought my car here?
Yeah, bit of a surprise for you, I guess. The knowledge that it's there, not that you can have it.
or look at it or drive it or anything.
But she saw it.
The wood paneling on the side was, pretty retro.
It wasn't really wood paneling. That part of the car just fell off, and I needed to replace it with something.
That's very resourceful. It's very handy.
Actual
very handy.
lumber.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, we've loved having you.
It's been great.
Usually, before we close out the show, we usually take some questions from our listeners, from our audience. We'd love to have your input if we have.
Oh, sure.
Man in a Red Sports Car 813121. How can people get in touch with us if they want to?
Yeah, they can get in touch with us at unfollowtherevolution@gmail.com. Please go ahead and send some questions to that. You can also you can send us some pictures of you and Swaggy. Tweet those to us at unfollow the Revo, REVO. All right, and let's see. We do have a question today. Let me get that pulled up for us here.
All right.
Would anybody else like cocaine? I don't want to be a pig.
I'll join it. I'll join it.
Here you go.
Oh my god.
I actually had to stop doing cocaine because of the malnourishment. Probably my heart might explode. Actually.
Well, this bump's for you, Tag.
Don't be lame, Tag. You're trying to. Okay, so our question here. Oh, this question is for Tag. All right.
Oh yeah, good. Thank you. Have some fans out there. It sounds like. Hey, Swaggy, I know what it's like to have fans.
Tag, for what reason do you think your login for the vault is still active? This seems like an incredible oversight on the part of the manifest. Are there logs of your recent activity? Has anything like this ever happened before where you work? If so, what procedures were taken, and how is your case different? Hold on. P.S. for Tag's eyes only. Ooh.
Oh, all right.
You
should probably not read that out loud. Then you should probably
no,
just.
no. I should.
Okay.
It says, I think your voice is sexy. Wow, look at that.
Oh wow.
Wow, you have a fan.
This
I'm sure that's one of many. It's probably representative. For everyone who writes, there's like 100 who wanted to write, right? That's.
I get so many emails. I have to delete them
because they're so dirty and explicit about some things that people want to do.
So
to me.
many cucumbers they send in those.
Eggplants.
Right.
Yeah. So
yeah. So what do I think's happening with my account? I don't like the word oversight. I don't think the manifest makes mistakes. Swaggy can back me up on this.
Never. They cannot make a mistake.
Nope. They just have secret plans that haven't been revealed yet. So obviously there is some higher purpose that they haven't deactivated my account. I'm gonna guess they know I'm such a valuable employee that I'm gonna come back, and they can't bring themselves to delete the account, and that's why my login still works, and they haven't revoked my access. It is definitely not because no one's noticed I'm gone. Because I have lots of friends at work and lots of people who count on me, and what I do is very important and makes a difference. And I'm sure that the minute I wasn't at work the next day, everybody noticed and talked about it, and is really sad.
Yeah, I'm sure that's.
And I bet they're looking for me right now to bring me. To bring me back home.
Well, yeah, I'm sure that's exactly what's happening. Swaggy, you know what it's like when because when you're really important, people just kind of let things go. I remember, what was it, a few months ago, no one had seen a picture of you for like 2 days
Right.
drinking water.
Right.
And then everyone lost their minds, right?
It's true. It's exactly what happens.
Oh yeah, because they didn't know, so they immediately shut everything down to help you out.
That is true. I had like 15 people try to reach out to me
Oh my God.
and follow me, and it was a lot, but I appreciated it because it means that people care.
Yeah, well, sometimes tag people just show they care in different ways. Like with Swaggy Toots, they reach out immediately, and with you, they just sort of ignore you.
I think it's they trust me to take care of myself,
Okay.
so they don't want to. They know I've got secret plans.
You were working in
Right.
the building, the Manifest building that was actually underground, right?
For security reasons, the vault has to be underground. That's where we can't have any windows or sunlight.
It's very far away from all the other administrative buildings.
Oh yeah,
There's
yeah.
no food court over there.
Because of the band material we work with, it's very sensitive, and they don't want other eyes to see it. So yeah, I mean, I was down really in like the sub. There, actually, I couldn't even take the elevator there because the elevator stops at a certain point. I had to get out and take the stairs down, and then there's a pole. You just kind of slide down for a while, and then there's I could call it a cave.
Like a book that you
I
pull
love when they
out,
called
and
it
then
a cave.
Then the wall swirls around, and you go behind there.
It was more a bunch of cobwebs I just had to push my way through.
Every
But it was
day
like
there were cobwebs.
They kept coming back.
So no cleaning service whatsoever.
I never really thought about it like that. They probably were active spider webs. Probably.
You had spiders protecting you.
Yes. Yes. Manifest trained spiders, I am sure, is what they were. And anyway, so down in what I lovingly referred to as the cave, there was a laptop, and that's where I did all my work.
And now that laptop is here, so everything kind of comes full circle, doesn't it? Kind of makes you think. You were in a cave, there's a fire pole, and then stairs, and an elevator, and now you're just here in a bunker. And that's like, I would say your commute's gotten a lot more convenient, wouldn't you?
I saw no spiders coming in today.
Yeah,
Wow.
I use my bare hands. I do a lot of push-ups, so,
And sit-ups for that presidential
I gotta
fitness.
get those sit-ups.
I get it.
All right. You gotta watch out for your body. You gotta do it.
This is the most torturous thing that's ever happened to me in this room.
What do you mean? Oh, things are great. Oh, Swag. Okay, no. Tag, you'll love this.
Okay.
You ever hit someone with a wrench, Swaggy?
Of course.
Okay. Well, we have a wrench. We call it the tag wrench.
Oh.
Would you wanna?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, guys, we're gonna get that set up. Tag.
Okay.
Has it gotten better, Tag? Has it gotten better?
It has gotten so much better. Okay, just gotta. What song? Okay. Can you hit me to the beat of your hit song? We're gonna party like we're bombing Detroit.
Yes, of course. Gonna pray like we're bombing Detroit. Bombing Detroit.
Bombing Detroit.
There we go. All right. Well, we're gonna get on with that. For this episode of Unfollow the Revolution, I've been your host, Jack.
I am a man in a red sports card, 813121.
I am Tag Yolo Thompson, having the time of God, my life.
You should have
Time of
looked at my
life.
face.
And that right there is our very special guest.
Swaggy Toots.
And we'll see you all next week.
Unfollow the Revolution is created and performed by David Gossett, Ben Mitchell, and David Nair. Produced by Rock Punch. Intro music by Alan Hanks. Voiceover by Kate Rasnick. We'd like to thank our special guest this episode.
Liz Grofick as Swaggy Toots.
If you'd like to join Jack's fight against the Manifest, please support the American Civil Liberties Union at www.aclu.org, because the best way to fight tyranny in the future is to protect freedom in the present.